The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by the Lexus ES, a direct reflection of you. The Auburn Tigers take the field here at Charles Schwab Field. Two teams met once late May, and Arkansas took 2 out of 3 from them. Again, we'll send it down now to Chris Budden. Chris.
Thank you, Carl. Both these teams with some experience in Omaha and playing in elimination games in Omaha. Arkansas, Auburn, both here in 2019. And the coaches tell me that experience plays a big difference in knowing what it takes just to get to Omaha versus winning in Omaha.
There's a difference between making it and winning it. Walked in here in 2019. It was the first time in 22 years for the program. This one's different. We're fresher. We've had some people that's been here before, and the intention is just different.
It's like I told our guys the other day, I want you to go up there and have fun. Don't just lock yourself in the room and think about how we're going to try to beat this team coming up. Because a lot of times when you get back, you kind of go, wow, we just went to Omaha and I don't remember it. And that's not a good feeling.
Dave Van Horn told me a few minutes ago there was no extra speech today. These guys know what it means, win or go home, and him telling them that doesn't make them play any better. He did like how the wind is playing today, though. He said that was a bit of a surprise, seeing the direction change.
Now, we've had a bunch of home runs already, and this is certainly weather that lead to more. We take a look at our batting order. It's brought to you by Capital One. Eduardo touched on it. Peyton Stovall hit a rocket last night over the wall in right. He moves from the 8th spot into the 2-hole. And there's some pop down at the bottom, too, with more battles, Slavens and Gregory.
I get the right-hander Mason Barnett for Auburn, who's been a mainstay in this rotation most of the season. Mid-90s fastball, 2 different breaking balls, and a changeup. And the key for Barnett really is, can he land the breaking ball and force the other side to respect it? If he can, the fastball gets better. He did that against UCLA in the regional final. First pitch of the game, gave up a base hit, did not give up another hit, punched out 10. He has the stuff to go deep, but it really relies on whether or not he can throw that breaking ball for a strike early.
Good note for you. 10 of the current 14 SEC members have reached the championship game at least once, and 3 of the 4 that have not done that, Auburn, Ole Miss, A&M, and Kentucky, are still alive this year. Huge game tonight, everything on the line. As we get set for Mason Barnett's first pitch, he's going to throw to Nate LaRue, and Braden Webb, who's gotten things started a few times, will step in. A 286 with 6 doubles, 15 home runs on the season. The senior out of McKinney, Texas. And the sun was a factor last night. It's a factor again tonight. First pitch, gap shot. That's going to get down. And instead of giving up a single on the first pitch, Mason Barnett gives up a double. Braden Webb starting us off hot.
That 21-game hit that Arkansas had in game 1. It was Braden Webb who started it with a triple, opposite field, and it was on the first pitch. Did not miss it. This one did not miss it as well. Goes after the first pitch, and now the Razorbacks have a runner in scoring position, no outs. Top of the first. First
base open, and here's that switch that Dave Van Horn, who's in his 20th season as the head coach at Arkansas, made. He moved Stovall, the superstar freshman, up from the 8th spot to the 2 spot. And again, a home run yesterday, 109 miles an hour off his bat. Well, I was going to say, when you brought up the fact that he had given up a single and then nothing else, like, we're going to follow that formula, but I don't think you really want to. But he's in that position again.
Yeah, it was just a few weeks ago, and it went pretty well after that. After that, he struck out the side in the first.
Some giddy up there, 97 miles an hour. Mason Barnett with a wake-up call off the bat of Braden Webb, his 7th double of the season. Stovall, at the very least, will try to get him a 3rd. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
Against Ole Miss, it was Elliott that threw him a first pitch of the game changeup, because he knew exactly what he had done in game 1.
Wind currently blowing out to right. And Stovall didn't need any help from any wind last night. He hit his 6th of the season. Caden Wallace on deck. Arkansas 44 wins, 20 losses in 2022. Live up there again, 97 to even the count at 2-2.
That's where he wants to throw it. It's that fastball that has a ton of carry to it. When Mason Barnett is right, but the key off of that to make it even better is when he can throw the breakable, and he throws two. It's a slider and a curveball out of that same slot. Looks the same coming out of his hand, but he's got to be able to land them early.
Two. 6 feet, 218-pound right-hander. Time called. Mason Barnett. 3-2 with a 3.98 on the season. A whip of 2.5. 79 strikeouts against only 31 walks. He'd like a strikeout here. Right down Broadway and laced back up the middle. Waved in his web. Here comes the throw off the top of the mound. And the move of Peyton Stovall to the 2-hole pays off immediately.
Dave Van Horn has to have a smile on his face right now. You're right, Carl. The move pays off. Fastball 3-2, trying to get it to elevate a little bit. Hit it right back where it came from. Short, compact swing. See the ball knuckle back. He gets on first, and now the Razorbacks are on the board first.
And you wonder if he, with that home run yesterday, continues to get the ball rolling. How dangerous is Peyton Stovall going to be? Two hard hit balls by Braden Webb, a double, Stovall a single back up the middle. And speaking of hard hit balls, Caden Wallace steps in. He's got the hardest hit ball at the College World Series at 111 miles an hour. And that Stovall shot may have tested it. That one gets past the catcher, and now down to second base goes Stovall. So Auburn a little discombobulated here to start.
All the way around. I mean, that was a ball, and it wasn't a very good pitch, but Nate LaRue just missed it. It was a slider that didn't have a lot of slide to it up in the zone. Tim Hudson's going to come out and I think just try to slow everybody down, not just Barnett. This has all happened pretty quick. First pitch of the game into left center field, and a 3-2 pitch shot into center field. Now you're going to Stovall standing on second base, and action already in that Auburn bullpen.
And they were pretty loud. That first ball was 98. The second one was 103.
The only constant that this ballpark has that was also here yesterday is the sun. So Bello in left field will be battling the sun for the first few innings, just like Gregory will also for the Razorbacks. But the wind is making this ballpark play differently. And psychologically for the hitters, it's a good thing.
Now the great Tim Hudson walks back to the dugout for the Auburn Tigers, 1997. He went 15-2 with a 2.97 ERA. He struck out 165 and he batted .396 with 18 homers. Just an amazing collegiate career, followed up by a terrific professional career in the majors. And you see he's got experience against Rice in that 97 College World Series. 1-0 to Wallace, and that's inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Questions around Barnett before the game. Will his fastball survive? Got to land that breaking pitch. Midweek starter who won a bunch and will be very competitive.
Back back-to-back changeups right there, and that's one that he doesn't throw a ton. In fact, over the course of the season, Mason Barnett's thrown the changeup less than 10% of the time. But you got an Arkansas team that really knows the scouting report. They're hunting fastballs up in the zone. We've already seen that. Both the hits have been on fastballs. Maybe you got to show them something a little bit different, something they're not really looking for.
There's a bit of a shell shock look around the Auburn Tigers. LaRue. Certainly that shot went right by Barnett's head. And now a dangerous count to a real good hitter. 3 balls and a strike. He fed him one right down the middle, but the changeup he was out in front of.
That's 3 changeups to Wallace in this at bat. Over the course of the season, the entire year, Mason Barnett has thrown 7 changeups to right-handed hitters. Total. He's thrown 3 in this inning.
That's a direct result of whatever Tim Hudson went out there and said, right?
Yeah, and I think the approach that you've already seen from these Arkansas hitters early.
What does he do on 3 and 2?
There's another one.
Another one. That's 4. Yeah. They're gonna get to 7 real quick. Now, will the hitting coach for Arkansas explain to his batters, be aware now. We may see something different from Barnett. We've seen fastballs. He just threw 3 changeups in this at bat. And then he went 96 for a punch out. 4 changeups in the at bat. Slow him down, speed him up. Big punch out.
You got 2 teams that really know each other well, and I think that's part of why you see the different approach right here in the first from Barnett. Fastball, both hit really hard to start this game. Then you're facing a kid that's going to be a big leaguer someday, and Caden Wallace comes back and throws him 4 changeups right on right and finishes him off with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Which gets us to Michael Turner. In the opener during that 17 outburst, he had 4 hits. And there's an off-speed pitch, 76 miles an hour in there for a strike. The seniors hit safely in 9 straight. Four years at Kent State, grad transfer, the catcher on this team. Just tuning in, Arkansas, Braden Webb double on the first pitch. Peyton Stovall followed that up with a hard single right up the middle for an RBI. Caden Wallace strikeout earlier today. Texas A&M eliminated Notre Dame. So the pitch clock, then an issue of a warning. You get 20 seconds to throw the ball. The pitch clock is in the wall in center field.
Yeah, and they've been pretty lenient with the pitch clock early on because it had expired a few times before the warning.
All right in the box.
Well, he's fallen in love with it.
No, one of the big things is with the shadows especially, it's really difficult to pick up spin, especially with the changeup and everything. As soon as I say that, here comes a little cloud coverage to help out the hitters.
We don't want that.
No, we definitely want that if we're a hitter.
The outfield, even with the wind blowing out from left to right, very shallow.
Here we go. 1-2.
Turner's got 9 homers, Kyle. He's got some power. Are you surprised how shallow they're playing out there? They are shallow.
Yeah, even in the last game, we talked about this last night. I haven't seen a ball hit over a center fielder's head yet. And I haven't seen a ball come anywhere close to going out in center field. We saw a few that at least took him to the track earlier today. All it takes is one. All it takes is one, then I think you'll see more of an adjustment in center field as far as positioning.
Got lucky there. LaRue wanted that pitch up. Deaking saying throw it down, and then all of a sudden you saw the mitt pop up.
I don't know if he'll intentionally throw a fastball down the whole day. If they're doing it, I think they're just doing it to Deacon because he's going to live belt high and a little bit above.
Stovall dances off second, 1-2. Another foul ball. And a whole bunch of those already tonight. Changeup has led to a lot of foul balls, not a lot of swing and miss. Around the infield for Barnett, it's Blake Rambush at third base. Brody Moore, who's been terrific all year at shortstop, only 4 errors. Cole Foster at second, and Sonny DeShera is at first base. The outfield, Mike Bello is in left, Kason Howell is in center, Bobby Pierce is in right, Nate LaRue again behind the plate. This one he hasn't landed yet. Changeup's been effective, fastball up's been good. It's that breaking pitch.
That was the slider, and then you'll see some curveballs that are upper 70s sometimes. Usually the curveball is earlier in the count, try to steal one, slider late to try to finish somebody off. The stuff, just pure stuff, looks pretty good.
Looks really good. 22 pitches so far in this inning, and give Turner a lot of credit. He's fouled off pretty much everything he's thrown up there.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another one. This Arkansas team is 14-5 against Auburn since 2016, which is the most wins against any team over that time.
Everything but the kitchen sink right now. You look to the top left of the screen. Started off with that curveball. He's gone changeup, sliders, fastballs up. Missed with a fastball a little bit down when it was supposed to be up.
His face. I don't think he thought he was going to get a piece of it. He even surprised himself right there.
This will be the 11th pitch. He has fouled off 6 with 2 strikes. Defense behind him, playing straight up. Now it becomes a little bit of a thing. 7 fouls with 2 strikes. 11 pitches total. This will be the 12th.
One pitch that I've seen that has worked analytically with a lot of pitchers is that curveball up in the zone.
That they give up on?
That they give up on, and then the swing path is just not built.
Well, yell down. Tell him. He can hear you.
Maybe they're listening in the clubhouse.
That could be.
This one is in play. Over there's the second baseman, Foster.
What an at-bat. Hit or not, excellent at-bat. Raised his pitch count. Guaranteed to at least throw 27 pitches in the first inning.
And the right fielder, Chris Lanzilli. 9 homers, 36 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. He went deep in that Game 1 win out of Stoneham, Massachusetts.
No. Ready? Morning!
Did not have a hit in the game yesterday. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And snapped a 12-game hit streak. Here's that high breaking ball, but it didn't break down enough, and now behind 2-0. Couldn't get a more pleasant night to sit at the ballpark here in Omaha. Low 80s, low humidity. 2-0. It's like, I don't want to swing. I don't want to swing. Oh, I'm dead on a changeup.
Too late.
Yeah. That might show up on the pitching ninja, that's for sure.
That was swordish.
Yeah.
Except he made contact. You have a sword if you make contact?
We'll find out.
Two balls and a strike. Stovall's at third.
Ooh.
Well, as a pitcher, you read the hitter, you're going right back there, aren't you?
You throw a breaking ball off of it, I think. I'd start one there. Okay, Rav would stay there.
He would, but he would elevate a little bit more. You can go there, but you have to elevate at least an inch or two. You cannot stay at that same.
I'm going slide.
There we go. Now we go slider.
Going to be double-digit foul balls in the first inning.
Yep. Yep. Really good job by LaRue behind the plate. Stovall's 90 feet away. You don't want to give up another one on a wild pitch.
If you Nate LaRue coming into this too behind home plate, you know you're going to have to work tonight. The 2 different breaking balls are going to be in the dirt. For Barnett, some of the best ones are going to end up in the dirt intentionally with 2 strike counts. So you mentally go into this one knowing that it's going to be a hard-working night behind the plate.
3-2. Chased one there, and he is tagged out. So they only get one. Not bad for Barnett. After that rocket double and single, he's able to get the next 3. Bottom 1 coming up. The Auburn Tigers batting order tonight's presented by Capital One. Talked with the head coach. He said as much attention as that guy in the blue there, Sonny DeShera, gets, Blake Rambusch, when he goes, we go. And the numbers tend to suggest it. When he is on, they're about 32-12. And when he's not, it's a very different story. But DeShera's a guy everybody wants to see.
Rightfully so, man. Sonny D, the co-SEC player of the year, and they're going to face an arm that they haven't seen a whole lot of. Not a lot have seen a whole lot of. Will McIntyre, the right-handed sophomore, had a big-time start against North Carolina into the Super Regional. As the season went on, especially late in the season, worked his way up to be an important part of this Arkansas rotation. 4 pitches really came on late, and he is absolutely coming off his best. The fastball is going to be low 90s, 2 different breaking balls and a changeup. Against North Carolina, 2 hitters into the game, he had thrown all 4 pitches. He really will throw any of the 4 at any time.
So you lose a game, you're trying to get out of the loser's side here. You need all sorts of pitching depth. And when you succeed, you have a guy like McIntyre, who, as Kyle pointed out, hasn't pitched a lot, had a really good outing in his last game. Like, you need this guy. Every team needs this guy, like the one that you didn't really know what you were going to get to just deliver. We saw it with Detmer early today, and he's got a little better track record, but he was outstanding for A&M. That's a good slider to start things off with. This Blake Rambusch, the third baseman, who had 2 hits yesterday, swings and misses. Really good defense behind McIntyre. He won't get that. Moore will charge and fire to first. That's Robert Moore, the second baseman. Stovall's at first. Jalen Battles, the shortstop. Terrific. Caden Wallace, outstanding at third base. In the outfield, Zach Gregory, Braden Webb, and Lanzilli's in right with Turner behind the plate. Go to the Little League World Series, which we all will be doing in August, and we all delight in watching the kids take infield practice, especially those from the Far East. They're unbelievable. This is a really fun infield to watch.
It helps when you're rolling 4 shortstops out there.
Yeah.
I know only one can play there, but all 4 played the position when they were in high school, and honestly, all 4 can play the position now if you want them to.
No, he didn't.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's up. Good work.
Butch Thompson this morning, we met with him talking about the importance of Brody Moore and how the numbers may not jump off the stage as far as offensive, but the leadership, what he does within the clubhouse, how he's brought some of the younger guys with him, just the importance of having him on the field.
No. 3-1.
3-1. All right, hitting coach. It's an interesting way he sets up with his hands, then he moves them when the pitcher goes into his delivery. So we're there.
That's just a comfort timing. You can start wherever you want, but as soon as that pitch is released, his hands are exactly where they want him to be in that hitter's position. Midsection, so starts off low.
Moore's quietly having a very good NCAA tournament, hitting .438. That one did not miss by much. Wow, ball 4. McIntyre thought that was strike 3.
That was right down the middle.
That was pretty good.
No, that was right down the middle.
Not going to get that one. It's going to get really hard. I mean, that is a strike. You could see Brody Moore was just kind of waiting to hear what he didn't really want to hear, and then when he didn't hear it, I think he was a little confused. I mean, if anything, it had to have been called down. I doubt he's usually really consistent back there, but that was a strike.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones. And again, it's just the shadows also affect the hitters and it affects the umpires as well.
Sonny DeShera called strike 1. Big first baseman for Auburn. Outstanding year. The SEC co-player of the year. All he did was hit .381, hit 22 bombs, 59 runs batted in. The spotlight's been on him. There's a lot of attention being paid to Sonny D here in Omaha. That may be one of the reasons that he struck out 3 times yesterday and is 1 for 8 at the College World Series. He's got an unbelievable eye at the plate. He has reached base safely in 58 of the 60 games that he's played this year. 0-2 hole.
An on-base percentage of .550 coming into the game for Sonny DeShera, and he leads the country with 68 walks. The plate awareness and the understanding of the strike zone, I think it gets overlooked too much with this kid. The bat-to-ball skills are outstanding, but man, his eye is as good as there is in the country.
All right.
As good as that man that we saw on the bottom left, where we saw Frank Thomas. And I remember Frank Thomas's last game in 1989. It was actually at Dick Hauser Stadium in Tallahassee, the regionals. And when he came up to the plate, everyone backed up.
1-2 on the ground. Battles. Looks like he's going to try it himself. Out at second base. Double play. They may want to take a look at that. It certainly looked like Moore slid in before Battles got there. But the second base umpire, Dave Hyman, said he was out, which would be a double play, and he is spot on.
What a play.
Yeah, what really disappoints me about Jalen Battles is he's not athletic. He's so boring to watch play shortstop. I mean, he's only got one chance on this because they're pinched up the middle and into the shift. Robert Moore's on the shortstop side of second base. That is, I mean, that's just by taking ground ball after ground ball and taking a chance, man. That was beautiful.
Watch the clock. This is what we talk about. He steps on it with his right foot and throws off the right foot. Again, this is complete athleticism, and most importantly, he understands who the hitter was.
Yeah, exactly.
He understands that Sonny D was not going to get down the line in a hurry, so he took it upon himself, knowing that you have 3 guys already on the left side of the infield.
He knows he's going to get DeShera at first, so why not take a chance and see if he can win the foot race to second? And he did win the foot race to second. That was kind of cool to watch.
It was great to watch. He wears number 2 because his idol growing up was Derek Jeter. He didn't wear number 2 until he and Dave Van Horn had a conversation during last year's draft. Battles loves Jeter and said to Van Horn, "Can I get the number? That's the number David worn forever." He said, "Sure. You coming back? I'll give you 2."
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Out at second base. Auburn is charged 1 challenge and has 1 remaining.
You heard what he said. Each team gets 2. They've lost 1. Battles number 2 with the number 1 web gem that maybe we've seen all week. Little slice of baseball heaven, the greatest show on dirt here in Omaha. And you want more coverage of the World Series? That interactive brackets, we invite you to go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Still glowing over that play by Jalen Battles. Back-to-back breaking pitches. Robert Moore, the second baseman, leads things off. 6, 7, 8 due up for Arkansas. They sent 5 to the plate in the first, got 1 run.
No. 2-1.
That's an impressive fastball, Carl. It does stay up there.
Yeah, and he knows what he's trying to do with it too. But if you get a team that's disciplined, and Arkansas can be disciplined with that fastball up and out of the zone and force him to bring it down, that's the one they want to hit. He looks good, man. He looks good. I mean, they ambushed a first pitch fastball of the game, then Stovall hit a missile back up the middle. I know they fouled a bunch off so far, but if you just evaluate the stuff coming out of Mason Barnett's hands, it's plus so far.
Called strike 3. Robert Moore takes a seat. 3 punch outs for Mason Barnett.
Yeah, we've talked about that fastball up in the zone, and it just stays there. And hitters are so used to that ball coming down. This is what it is. He spins it about 2,400, but 3% more rise. Now it doesn't rise, but ultimately it holds plane 3 inches more than you see the major league average 4-seam fastball. So if that's the case, that is an exceptional pitch at the collegiate level and not easy to square up.
Breaking pitch in there, strike 1, Jalen Battles. We need to redefine that term to get rid of the term rise, because it doesn't rise, to your point. Is there another way that we can say that?
Like carry.
So, yeah, 3% more carry than average?
Yeah, and I think it was 3 inches. I think it was holding. I said percent first, but I think it was 3 inches more of carry than your average from a right-hander 4-seam fastball.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For a hitter, that's a lot. You train your eye, your swing to see one thing, and all of a sudden it's another.
So that's a good point, because people at home may not understand that. Fastball's coming in, you're a hitter, you're swinging below where the ball you're seeing is, because it's generally going to go down.
Absolutely.
And it has your whole life.
No, it did. Let it go.
And before, we used to not know why. We didn't know about the spin rate. We just knew, wow, this guy's throwing 88, 89, and it feels the perceived velocity of that 88, 89 is around 93, 94, and you're wondering why you're chasing and you're missing with the bat head under where the ball really is.
Working a 2-2 count. Good pitch. He gets another strikeout, and Mason Barnett, 3 in a row, 4 in the game. Battles is gone.
Slider right here. Jalen Battles gave up on it. LaRue didn't do him a whole lot of favors, actually, from a receiving standpoint, but ultimately take the pitch call anyway.
I like it, though. We're going to try to slide it back. We're going to drop it on the way into our bare hand. Smooth.
Pay no attention to the glove.
3 in a row, 4 of the last 5 via the K. Brady Slavens, the DH, who was at the knees, gets the call. Strike 1. Up in the order, 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts. The Stovall homer. And they kind of switched places in the batting order for Dave Van Horn.
The low one can be interesting for these guys that throw that four-seamer because hitters will give up on it because they're so used to that pitch moving down and out of the zone. But yet it still has carry whether it's low or high if that spin efficiency is straight top to bottom. So many times it'll stay there and you end up getting a low strike call.
Like that.
Yep. And Sweeney said that was a swing. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Underneath the glove of Rambush. Looked like he may have taken a peek at the base runner. And as a result, underneath the glove, it should be an error on the third baseman, which would be his 7th of the season.
Yeah, took a peek right here. And if you notice, the Sun has no problems with this ball on the ground. But keep a look on his eyes. Just a slight peek, was not able to get the glove down. Wasn't able to make that play. Should go down as an error.
Yeah, defensively too, if you're Auburn, you had it positioned perfectly. You get a backside ground ball right there, and Rambush was pushed towards the shortstop side. Should have got him off the field instead.
Yep.
You get Zach Gregory, the 9-hole hitter, coming up.
Yep. Good breaking pitch in there for a strike. You're right, man. Mason Barnett has all the pitches working. And it should have been a 1-2-3 inning. That pitch count, it's up there at 48 after the very long first inning and all the foul balls.
And most importantly, you get Braden Webb leading off if Gregory makes the last out here.
Another chance, bobbled, but time. Throw across the diamond is there. Rambush gets Gregory. Good inning for Mason Barnett. Auburn 4-5-6 due up when we come back to Omaha. Battles very likely playing professional ball in a short time frame. Came back and has just solidified a defense that's as good as there is in the country. A .982 fielding percentage and just great character across the board for Dave Van Horn. It's Bobby Pierce and then Carlson and Cole Foster, who had a huge hit yesterday, due up this inning. Two balls and a strike. You can see in that box where the miles per hour goes how few pitches McIntyre needed to get through the first, and relative to where Barnett is, different world. 17th pitch, it's 2-2.
It kind of simplifies things too. It's a very short move to home plate for McIntyre. There's not a lot there. Pretty short before he gets moving towards the hitter. And if you are a hitter, you have to be ready for any one of 4 anytime.
There's a strikeout. That's number 1 for Will McIntyre.
So the first pitch of the game to Blake Rambush was a slider. He's going slider, and then this one, the curveball, that will take a little bit off of it. Slider have a little bit more. Fastball's going to be about 90. And the changeup as well. He doesn't try to overthrow anything. And is fine with contact, but then when he gets in 2-strike counts, he can strike you out with a lot of different things.
Pitch to Carlson, misses. So the last game, Kyle talked about he was really good. It was against Carolina in the Super Regional. He got a text message on the morning of that game saying, "You're the guy." 1-1. And then he went out and threw 73 pitches, gave up just 3 hits, 2 walks, but there was an hour and 46-minute rain delay between when he started and then when he came back to pitch. He's one of those guys that didn't get a ton of opportunities, who wasn't going to let one slip by because of rain. Nope, I'm good.
He had 1 start during the regular season in conference. 1. And it kept going into the postseason. It kept going into this. And now in the biggest game that Arkansas has had this year, they throw Will McIntyre out there.
1-2. Nope.
It's funny because Dave Van Horn was asked after that game locally in Arkansas, well, why hadn't you pitched him before? And he said, we just weren't that smart. So, I mean, he was humble about it, and give a lot of credit, though, to McIntyre for going up and saying, I want the ball.
Good pitch right over the top. 88, deceptive, and it's another punch out.
It's exactly where he was trying to go. Michael Turner, the catcher, was trying to sit up and in, and then right at the last minute with that, I love the little fist pump right at the end from Turner. It was the spot that he was trying to talk Will McIntyre into going. Just up out of the zone, just in out of the zone, but a spot that he's going to get a swing. Now back-to-back strikeouts.
And here's Cole Foster. Like many of the Auburn Tigers, been dealing with a stomach bug. Starting to feel a little bit better. And a breaking pitch in there for strike one. He had the big hit. Base clearing double. 3 RBI in that rally against Stanford yesterday. Another one at the letters, and McIntyre doing his best Mason Barnett impression. 2 pitchers after the first inning, in Barnett's case, locking in.
That was a foul ball.
Into the glove it was. He knew it. He sold it, and as you guys have said all week, trust the hitter. He'll tell you. He just told him. Strikes out the side. Let's go to the third. Class 5 champions here in Omaha at the College World Series. So we go back to big surprise, Coastal Carolina. They were unbelievable for Coach Gilmore. 2017, Kevin O'Sullivan's Florida Gators during a period in which it felt like they could win it every single season. Casey brought Oregon State and a great pitching crew from West to win. Vanderbilt in 19. And then, of course, last year we had a dog pile. Mississippi State won it all. It's a hotel just around the corner here, the Hilton. The last 2 champions have actually stayed in that hotel. Who's in it this week?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's in it this week. See if it's a thing. Notre Dame was the other team that was in it. They were beaten today to end their 2022 season. Braden Webb swings at the first one, sky high, blocked by the sun initially, and now it looks like Bellows got it, and he does. Got a little cloud cover, but his first move indicated I don't exactly see it.
Bello likes this wind a little bit better than he did the wind a few days ago. Because that wind was playing havoc on the freshman out in left field.
He also likes the little cloud cover that came in right just in time.
It was helpful.
How about Braden Webb? Loves that first pitch. Another first pitch swinging.
Yeah, no, that wind was brutal. And if you were flying into the up, you had a knee knocker. I mean, that thing was blowing hard. A little smoother today for those making their way to Omaha.
Bounce it in. Flying into the up.
Shaky, yeah. A little construction going on over at the airport here in Omaha as it continues to expand. A lot of cranes in the sky too here, Kyle. This is a city that's moving and shaking.
Trying to continually impress you guys.
It's working.
Can't sit here.
It's working. Stovall hit a rocket right back up the middle. That's a great pitch on the inside corner to him to even the count 1-1. How about this shot in the first inning?
Right back up the middle, 3-2. That's a velocity, 102.8. As long as it's positive, something good can happen.
It's like a 1-iron.
It really was. It's a good thing it was 6 degrees and not 4, because that was right next to the ear of Barnett.
Spin rate coming in a little bit, probably over 2,000 and some change. But when it was hit, it was knuckling back.
2-1. They set up inside again, and that's right where he goes. He's got good command tonight, Barnett. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stovall is absolutely one of those guys that from his youth days through his high school days, there was an X on him. He is going to be a baseball star. He turned down what people reported to be around $2 million to come to Arkansas. I mean, they give out money. They don't give out $2 million to a lot of folks, and he was He was lured to Arkansas, and now they get him for a few years. And you can just see it.
Yeah.
And you can just see it.
Yeah.
Three-two left field. Bello blocked by that. He had no idea. And that time the cloud had disappeared. You can see the sun is back. And Bello could not see it. Stovall is aboard with a sun-aided single.
It's a game of adjustments. I've been saying this the entire time. If you have shades out there coming off the bat, you're not really going to see it. The sun's been there forever, right? How do you play it? You have to play it on an angle. He was caught in between, did not know, first to the left, then to the right. Complete panic when that ball was coming his way.
Man, really, you talk about timing. I mean, literally, if a ball was hit into left field right now,
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Not a problem.
If he had just stepped out of the box,
exactly.
Step back in,
cost himself a
it's
hit.
an easy play in left field.
Stovall's living right.
Strike one to Caden Wallace.
Wallace was a recipient of 4 changeups. Mason Bennett. He's probably sitting changeup and he's getting fastballs right down the middle. He's 0-2 now.
So I think that's the interesting thing. First time around against Barnett is if he's showing you a bunch more changeups than he's ever thrown before, he doesn't necessarily have to continue to throw them during the course of the game.
Right.
Now everybody's gone back to the dugout saying, hey man, he just threw me 3 or 4 changeups, and that wasn't necessarily in the plan.
No. 1-2.
Now you got to be careful again as you watch that shot. You'll see the sun is back out. Bello's trying to block his eyes with his non-glove hand, but it's a struggle.
Got to bring those shades down. He's having a battle over there. He's praying for some cloud coverage right now in left field. Does not know what to do. Should I use the hand? Should I use the glove? Just think about it. If you're at home and you're in the sun and you're trying to look into a place where there's shadow with the glasses on, with your shades on, it's very difficult to pick up anything. At that point, it's a projectile coming at you.
So your suggestion is to lower the glasses.
Lower the glasses, and then once it gets above the shades, then you pull them up. Above the shadow, then you pull them up.
They may run.
2-2 right now?
2-2, 3-2. I think Stovall may run. He hadn't much this year. In fact, he stole at 1 base. Arkansas doesn't do it much in general.
49 stolen bases, 8th in the conference this season. Arkansas, this is Stovall's lead. And the 2-2 to Wallace. Popped up, and this one is playable. DeShera in foul territory is there to make the play. He had no issue with the sun. And Sonny D, as great a hitter as he is, I'll tell you that he has worked on his fielding and has become a guy that they were wondering if he was ever going to get on the field, to a guy that they cannot take off the field. And Michael Turner, who authored the 12 pitch at bat his first time up with all the foul balls, and then he rolled over to second base. See how Mason Barnett attacks him. Winner of this game, Ole Miss tomorrow night. Loser will have the 2022 season come to an end. For the 13th time in the last 14 years, we are assured of an SEC team playing in the College World Series finals. Throw down to first. Stovall dives back. Good look.
Probably soft here, Ted.
It's really good pitch recognition from Turner. Laid off the breaking pitch, gets ahead. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, take your time. I got you.
That one hurt.
I think it missed the chest protector.
And Barnett is in there with the training staff to see if LaRue is okay.
Did it get under the mask?
I think it got the bottom of the mask.
I hope it did.
Oh, yeah. You know, the Kansas City Royals and Salvador Perez he's had a few concussions already, and the metrics the last couple of years have not been good at all for him behind the plate. But they are willing to sacrifice some of the metrics in the way he receives the baseball now behind the plate. As soon as he receives the baseball, he actually tucks his chin down because they found that he's susceptible to concussions. Salvi is susceptible to concussions when the ball's hit on the lower part of the mask.
And I mean, you've seen it at the big league level. You got a bunch of the guys now that are wearing the Force 3, the F3 mask, which we brought one up here with us. It's got the springs on it, and I think it's about half the catchers right now in the big leagues that are wearing this thing. And he's not behind the plate, but that just has springs in it. I mean, they're patented, but it's got 2 springs in the top, 1 in the bottom, that ultimately act as shock absorbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me to say when that thing comes in, but it's for stuff like that just it gives even more when it comes in and absorbs a lot more of the baseball instead of having your head absorb it.
And he does not have that on right now.
No, but here's the other thing. The pitcher gets an injury. They run out. They check on him. They let him throw a pitch or 2. They should have let LaRue catch a ball or 2 to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, good point. It's like when we say something wrong, we should be able to just say a few things, just to kind of, like work it back out.
Exactly.
I'm all in.
But let's let the catcher catch a baseball after he gets hit in the head.
Well, I did it a couple times calling Barnett Bennett. I don't know why I was doing that.
See, but now you're good. So you worked yourself out of it.
Yeah.
3-2. Here we go, and that's ball 4. Like every catcher that you've ever known, like the ultimate competitors. Remember the Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and one of the themes was you just never challenge Jordan. That's how LaRue looks at anybody that's going to try to steal a base on him. He takes it personally. He says, I hope you get a good jump. I like a good competition. 15 have tried against him, and he has thrown out 10 of them. So he's a risky guy to run against. But now Chris Lanzilli with home run power steps into a board for Arkansas. Good pitch. He's got that pitch working on the outside corner, up and away. 0-1.
Think about all the extra pitches that Barnett has had to throw in the first inning. Around 30 pitches, then the second inning because of the error at third base by Rambush. Then the fly ball to left that was not caught because of the sun.
Perfect pitch. 0-2. He's dotting.
See how it just stays there, though? I mean, It doesn't matter where it is. We talked about the holding plane as it goes to home plate, but it also doesn't have much horizontal. Wherever it starts, it pretty much finishes up. And your eye is so trained to assume that the ball is going to move somewhere when it's coming in towards home plate. And Mason Barnett's fastball just stays true.
0-2. Sun still a factor on a high fly. Stovall will be running, and if it can't be caught, then we'll have trouble. Pass Sonny DeShera, charging his peer. Stovall coming in. Throw home offline. Good speed, great read by Peyton Stovall. And Arkansas got a 2-0 lead.
Decided to go with the fastball one more time here, and Chris Lanzilli let the ball get deep and was able to get it right by Sonny D. Throw at the plate is wide to the right. Take the lead right there. You got 2 outs. You're going. Great call by Nate Thompson at third base to get him in.
All 1 to Robert Moore with runners at first and second. 1 run in the first, another added on here in the third for the Hogs. Wow, that looked like it was off. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is the largest snow cone I've seen in a bit. How many innings till that bad boy's disappearing?
With a bottom of 4. Got a 2-inning cone there.
Ooh. 1-2. LaRue thought that was strike 3 on the breaking pitch that crossed right around the letters.
That's the one I'm talking about right there. That's usually the one that left-handed hitters give up on.
Pretty close.
'76 pitch in the 3rd inning for Barnett. The challenge for all the teams that lose a game is just back to back to back. You've got to play. Your pitching is going to get tested. Thompson knows it. Which again is why the advantage is so in the corner of Ole Miss in Oklahoma. Looks like a big pitch for Barnett. 3-2, and this one to left and into the corner. It's going. It's a tough play. He can't see it. It's off the ground and up against the wall. Fielded there. 1 run is going to score. 2nd run is in. A 2-run double for Robert Moore, and the Hogs have opened up a 4-0 lead.
About both Lanzilli and Moore just letting the ball get deep, using the entire field. Bello continues to have trouble with the sun, with that right hand trying to cover from it. No chance for him, even if he could have seen it the whole way. Empties the bases. He's at second base now. Really nice hitting, letting the counts get deep for the Arkansas hitters.
You know, it's interesting, Kyle, because we saw that steady diet of changeups. We haven't seen a changeup in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this inning could have been a little bit different. Sonny D's a really good hitter, but there's not a lot of range at first base. And if he gets to that ball, they're out of the inning instead. It continues on. And a night that Mason Barnett had pretty good stuff, Arkansas's offense just been a little bit better. Auburn going to the bullpen.
This is the NCAA Men's College World Series, tonight presented by Capital One. Mason Barnett got burned. There's a chance that Sonny D over there at first, he smothered that ball. Instead of having to get by him, that prevents a run. There was a real close call on a pitch, could have been called strike 3. Instead, Barnett is on the bench after going 2 2/3. Feels like, Kyle, he pitched a little better than his outcome.
I thought his stuff was better than his outcome. The fastball was up to 97, but really sat 94, 96 for the most part. 2 different breaking balls, a ton of change-ups early, but breaking ball that's up in the zone. And what's interesting is both left-handers hitting the ball in the air the opposite way. And for both of them, it worked out well. And that's it. So they chase him right there. And Auburn will go to the freshman right-hander, John Armstrong, on. 19th time. 20 strikeouts in 18 innings. Fastball 90-92 for the most part. Fair amount of changeups too, and he'll throw them to righties and lefties.
Auburn would like to put the brakes on any more scoring for Arkansas in this elimination game. Game 10 of the College World Series. It's 4-zip. Jalen Battle struck out looking his first time up. Stovall, Turner, Lanzilli all in the third. You can see that delivery, and Armstrong not happy, so his catcher comes out, points to his shoulder, says keep that in. Battles has some power in that bat. 10 home runs. He can run into one. Once again, missing outside, 3-0. What very easily could have been a 1-2-3 inning has led to 3 runs. There are 2 men on, and Brady Slavens, the designated hitter, against Armstrong. A little late on that.
Not too many times a guy out of this arm slot that somebody's going to swing under a fastball. But the way that Armstrong throws it from that low 3/4, almost sidearm slot, he will try to elevate it. Will try to throw it honestly in a similar spot that Mason Barnett does. And it doesn't happen very often from the slot. Good time to change it.
He faced Arkansas May 8th, and there was a 7-week window between his appearance against Jacksonville State March 29th and the game against Arkansas May 8th, when he went 2 2/3 and didn't give up a hit. Came back 5 days later and gave him another 2 2/3 of shutout ball with just 1 hit. So the move of Armstrong bolstered this bullpen early in the season. He would love to get out of this mess with Slavens, who reached on an error by Rambush at third.
Always good to see a sidearmer wearing an Auburn uniform. Reminds me a lot of Scott Sullivan, who played at Auburn, then with the Cincinnati Reds as well. Finished up with the Kansas City Royals. Same arm slot.
During those 7 weeks, KP, he was in the garage, and he changed a lot of things about the way he pitched. They simplified things for him. It allowed him to feel more confident because he was in control. That's a good one there. Strike 3. Slavens leaves with a bat on his shoulder. Grab a cup of coffee. May be here a while. Bottom 3, Arkansas 4, Auburn nothing. Let's see if the long half inning impacts Will McIntyre. Last time we saw him, he was busy striking out the side. He'll get Cason Howell, Nate LaRue, and Mike Bello, 7, 8, 9. And the first time they've been up tonight. Arkansas 4, Auburn nothing. Just bottom 3. Lot of innings to go in an elimination game. Defensive play of the night. Jalen Battles to end the first when he grabbed a roller up the middle, stepped on second through to first for a double play. It's another good pitch from McIntyre. Doesn't appear affected by that long half.
No, and there's just no pattern with McIntyre. First pitch of the game was off speed. First pitch of the second inning was off speed. It doesn't really matter. I mean, he's not really pitching backwards. He's just pitching all over the place. All over the place in a very good way. You just can't sit there and have any decent idea what you're going to get.
One thing is to throw all those off-speed pitches, but when you land them for strikes, it makes you do that. It makes you chase as a hitter. Pitch in the dirt, you think it's going to be a fastball because you're thinking maybe he is pitching backwards. No.
And here's Nate LaRue to deal with a 6'4", 225-pound Bryant, Arkansas native, Will McIntyre. That's a good pitch in there, strike 1. So McIntyre pitched in 2020, and then of course the pandemic hit. He didn't pitch at all in 2021. He lost touch on his cutter. He was not on their postseason roster. He actually left the team during the NCAA tournament to go start a summer league team. So he watched the Super Regionals in a hotel in Minnesota as he went to pitch for the Duluth Huskies. And then he rediscovered his cutter and everything else. Went to Minnesota, discovered himself.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, it's a place you go.
Just head up near Duluth and hang out for a few days. You come back and you've discovered yourself.
Don't you usually do that during the winter? At least you go ice fishing, make a hole or something in the middle of the week.
It's a lot more comfortable to do it in June, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, their lakes are still stocked in the warm months too. All right, 5 in a row for Will McIntyre as he punches out Nate LaRue.
It's the hardest pitch you've seen McIntyre throw.
92,
maybe. But he's living off speed pitches. It's a curveball and the slider. There's not too many comfortable swings right now from Auburn.
23 total strikes. He struck out the last 5. He's got 10 swings and misses. Mike Bello, who has been out in left field struggling with the sun, swings and misses. That's 11.
Flat swing pass. Show me that same pitch again. Anytime you see flat swing path, I want something that has a bunch of top to bottom spin. Give him a chance if you elevate a fastball.
Top left. He will show me.
He's trying to go back-to-back innings, striking out the side. Got him again. Look at that. Willie McIntyre has struck out 6 in a row. 13 swings and misses.
I think he's got the good stuff tonight. 6 in a row with the hammer breaking ball, all swinging. He's faced the minimum so far.
It's now Charles Schwab Field here in Omaha. Skyline consistent but changing. We've got a huge apartment complex going up in downtown. The old market, all the signs, the Bob Carey Ped Bridge, and you will have yourself a night in Omaha. You get a ticket to the ballpark. You're enjoying the show that's being put on right now by Will McIntyre. Giving up a hit. He's got 6 straight strikeouts. Now he looks for his offense to tack on a few. Zach Gregory, the 9-hole hitter. Ball 1 against the sidearmer John Armstrong, who came on in relief for Mason Barnett. Left field, Bello. He's running hard. He makes a nice play. And, you know, maybe having an angle that way allowed him not to look directly into the sun. He attacked it from the side.
Absolutely. And where Bello is standing is where the mark is on most left fielders. And watch where he starts right here. Anything that's going to be hit to his left, he's going to be able to see. The shadow, you see his shadow right there running towards the baseball. It does not affect him at all. So you know what he should do? He should actually always start a little bit towards the line. That way he keeps the ball always to his left. Right now, anything hit straight at him, he's going to struggle.
Did you see his first step?
It was to the right.
It was to the right.
He should start a good 7 or 8 feet to where he is right now. He's so uncomfortable. Every time he looks into, he sees the sun there. Just move to your right.
Braden Webb started the game off with a double, and he scored on an RBI from Peyton Stovall.
Most people are excited when it's the longest day of the year, which today is.
Fair point. Bello's not one of them.
No, he's
little blueprint to right.
No, he's not. You're so wrong that you're right.
Thought it was caught. Braden Webb kind of pulled the chute about 3 steps out of the box and realized this one might have a chance.
And I think Pierce thought about maybe going to first if that ball had gotten to him or he had gotten to it a little quicker. Instead, you got a single. You got Stovall, who hit a ball really hard and then was the benefactor of the longest day of the year because Bello lost a high fly and the sun resulted in a single. The shadows are creeping out towards him. Still got some time. And that's in there for a strike. A little changeup at 76 miles an hour.
They're creeping, but he should be somewhere around there.
Stovall with 8 runs batted in the World Series leads everybody.
Actually, he keeps moving that way towards the line. A couple more feet. You see where the grass is worn out a little bit, maybe around 10 to 12 feet to his left.
No. 1-2.
Good name here for Peyton Stovall to join company with. He and Kevin McReynolds. 1979, the only Arkansas players to record 2 hits, a run, and an RBI in 3 separate games. He's been so consistent. And again, today moved up into the 2 spot by Dave Van Horn. I don't think he's going to come out of that 2 spot. How about that? Waited on it and sent it right down the line past Rambush. You cannot get Peyton Stovall out right now. He's 3 for 3 and adds a double to the resume tonight.
What a move. Moving to the 2 spot. Who's looking smart right now?
How long his bat stays in the zone?
Got it deep.
Yeah.
Recognized it, was patient enough, and Rambush had no chance right there. Good jump trying to make a play, but wasn't able to.
Everything started, and then he just let the barrel fly right at the end. That's not exactly where Blake Rambush, the third baseman for Auburn, is expecting that ball to be.
And he's a freshman, 7 for 13. His 3 hits tonight all come with 2 strikes. And it's set up for more runs for Arkansas with Caden Wallace, the 3-hole hitter. Only 1 out. This is playable for DeShera right on the infield, and there'll be no advancement, and that's a big out. Caden Wallace cannot get the runner in from third.
I'd walk Turner right now. They go after Lanzilli, especially from where Armstrong throws the baseball. No way I let Turner beat me here.
Misses outside. Big spot in this game. The way that McIntyre's throwing the baseball. Arkansas's already up 4-0. An elimination game. We're in the top of the 4th. Great defense for the Hogs. Right field and deep. Going back is Pierce. He's still going back. Looking up, and it's high off the wall. Into second base. Sliding. Safe with a double. 2 more runs come in. It's Michael Turner, and it is 6-0 Arkansas.
I mean, you don't have the right matchup up. I am very surprised right now that Auburn decided and opted for Armstrong, the freshman, to face Michael Turner, their cleanup hitter. Side armor against left-handed hitting. The splits just are not good.
He thought he was out. He thought he was out when that ball came off the bat. I mean, the ballpark's playing a little bit different tonight than it has the first few. He was almost out at second base.
I think he was out.
And Brody Moore, the shortstop for Auburn, was shocked that this ball even came in.
I think he's out. He's not there yet.
No, I agree. He was out. Auburn used a challenge earlier. It doesn't look like they'll use one here. Look at the left foot of Brody Moore. It slows that foot going into second base. And yeah, if they challenge this, I think he's out.
We made the point too, Kyle, about how shallow the outfielders are playing. The ball hit off the wall. It was a catchable ball. Look, it was over his head. But look at how shallow they've been playing all week.
And again, this ballpark, set it from the get-go, is playing
way different.
It's going to play different than what it was yesterday. Yesterday, we had 20-mile-per-hour winds blowing straight in with 30-mile-per-hour gusts. We're not having that today. And again, righty side armor with lefty hitter, you're down 4. You have to go with and challenge Lanzilli, who's on deck. I'd rather do that with the bases loaded.
I agree. But I will also say when Turner made contact with that ball, he thought he was out.
I get it.
I mean, watch this. I mean, he's out front. He does do a good job of keeping the barrel in the zone, but watch the move. I mean, he kind of looks at it and he's like, all right. And then right about now, he goes, oh, maybe we got a chance. And that's 6 feet away from carrying out the ballpark.
I don't know. If he looked where the outfielder was, I would have thought he thought it was a homer, not an out.
By the way,
he had no chance to catch the baseball.
What a throw by Pierce.
Well, it shocked everybody, but it shocked his shortstop too, because he had to bust it to get back there.
And even with all the time and any conversation on the bench, they're not going to challenge the play. And Lanzilli hammers this to left field. You may not have to see it. Bello has no idea. It wouldn't matter. That ball is long gone. Home run Lanzilli. 2-run shot. 8-0 Arkansas rolling. Bello could have fallen down. He could have put the glove over his face. It didn't matter, but he had no idea where it was.
That poor kid left. He flat cannot see it. He literally had his glove up in the air like he was trying to catch it when it landed in the stands.
The thing is, where he stands, there's no way. But watch this. Slider just hung. He's looking at it to see how far it's going to go, if it's going to stay fair or not. But just hung it.
Look at Bello.
Watch Bello. He has no idea.
Look at the end.
No idea.
That has to be such a rough feeling.
And they keep hitting it there.
Yeah, exactly. that makes it even rougher.
Well, the roughest part of this for Auburn right now is they are down 8-zip. They haven't gotten a hit. And given the elimination format here, they are deep into a bullpen now. And they've got to win the game to stay alive. And he was 50, 55 feet from where the ball ended up going, but he just never saw it.
Yeah.
It's a bad feeling, but it's also the inexperience of having to play with such a bigger stadium, a higher second deck. In the SEC, we're looking at maybe Texas A&M that has that, but the sun doesn't set the same way.
Yeah.
It sets
Not a lot of
differently
left
here.
fielders that have to look dead into the sun when it's going down.
Ken Griffey Jr. always wore those flip downs. Then all of a sudden around 1993, 92, 93, when Tony Gwynn started wearing the Oakleys, it became more of a fashion that players would wear it. But with the shadows, that's a big no-no. You don't do that. Lesson learned.
So if by the way, if they walk Turner, we got a grand slam.
Not really.
What do you mean not really?
Not really, because it's a different situation. You just have a runner at second. They might pitch differently. He has to get ahead. Maybe he gets ahead first with the fastball. You don't know the pitch selection. It's easy to say slider, hang.
I have the ability to see the future.
And you and I are going across the river later on tonight. You do. You got that working tonight. I can tell you where we're going after this one gets done.
At the end of the day, though, if he were to hit a grand slam, at least you're playing it right. Ball was crushed.
So we got Carson Skipper coming in for Auburn, and you're just trying to get in and see if you can get something going offensively, but you got to get this defense off the field first. A left-hander, like much of this Auburn pitching staff's been pretty darn good in the postseason, especially when they went out to Oregon State. Can spin it up there, but for Butch Thompson, you're just looking for answers, any kind of answers. Your offense has gone 9 up, 9 down so far. And you look up to the scoreboard, and it's an 8 spot for the Razorbacks. Not ideal.
No. Skipper did pitch in the Ole Miss game. He went 4 innings, gave up a run, 4 hits. He had 6 strikeouts in that one, and they need to stop the hemorrhaging. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth. The College World Series continues the theme where the games have been very one-sided. Came into today with every game being decided by 4 or more runs.
A little drama in the first one today.
Yeah, there was. And certainly by the standard of this 2022 College World Series, that was a lot of drama. 2-2 to Moore. This one is playable. Teixeira. And that'll do it. But boy, a loud inning again. Webb with a single. Stovall a double. Turner a double. Lanzilli a bomb.
Well, when you go through 3 innings and you've only faced 9 hitters, then generally that's a very good thing. That's where Will McIntyre sits right now. Ground ball out, had a walk and a double play to end the first. Then a whole lot of this. And a whole lot of it on the breaking balls. Curveball and the slider. Gotta be yelling too. He struck out the last 6, all swinging, and he looks up as an 8-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. That's good. You get your career high in strikeouts as we head to the 4th inning.
4th inning.
Feeling all right.
Yep. 8-0 ball game, and he's done it after lengthy rests, and maybe that's helping Will McIntyre. Top of the order.
There was a mistake there. He threw a fastball. Hadn't done that very much today.
One of the impacts of throwing so many pitches for strikes and strikeouts, you're going to get that pitch count up. But boy, they are the driver's seat, 8-0. Next one to Rambush. Strike one.
Will McIntyre gets back onto campus during the fall. Didn't have a great fall. Tries to get back in the rotation during April, and he goes to Matt Hobbs, pitching coach for Arkansas, and says, how am I supposed to get some time if you don't give me a chance? So Matt Hobbs goes to Dave Van Horn's office and says, what do you think we should do? It's a Monday before a Tuesday midweek game, and he says, okay, text him, say his chances tomorrow. Throws 3 shutout innings, and just since then has been able to be put in these significant opportunities. And Dave Van Horn told me before the game, he said, maybe after the season's over, I'm going to send him a thank you card.
I have a feeling a lot of pitchers are now going to be going into their head coach's office.
So hold on, you didn't what? You told him he wanted to start, and then he started you the next day? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You just got to tell him you want to start. Working out okay.
Don't you have to advocate for yourself?
Oh, 100%.
Take note.
Haven't gotten a shot. He's getting a shot tonight, and he is delivering. Brody Moore. Left field, hammered. Let's see what Gregory does, and that stayed up. The sun is still out, but he played that beautifully.
Anything to the left, easy to see. Anything right at you, and now most likely it's going to be a lot easier, but anything right at you, that's where you struggle.
You're about 10 minutes away from exhaling out in left field.
Yeah, and right now there's a good cloud. Flag is kind of laid down. Sonny DeShera grounded into a double play. So remember, there was a walk in this game to Brody Moore. Woo!
Almost hit the bird?
Yeah, the bird flew right there. You still see that, or was that just me?
Oh.
You saw it?
I saw it.
The bird flew right across. That guy.
That time of night.
Stay right there, son. Stay right. Nope. No. Oh.
That would have smarted.
Mm-hmm.
Same bird that almost got David Weathers.
There you go. Sonny DeShera delivers a lace shot into left. First hit of the game for Auburn. And the second hit of the College World Series for the co-SEC Player of the Year.
Try to double up on this pitch. Sonny D is like, not me. Should have gone a little lower, instead stayed up. He goes out and gets it. There's a reason why he came in with a .550 on base percentage. Sonny D, 0 steals on 0 attempts this season. One of the reasons why Stovall, besides the 8-0 game, is playing behind him.
A little bit of a hanger that he got away with as it was knocked foul from Bobby Pierce. We talked about this last night too. Arkansas had a real good season, then right at the end of the season they kind of tailed off. And as a result, after getting beaten in the SEC tournament, they had some time off. Recharged the batteries, where on the other side of the coin, Tennessee, which was the #1 team in the land all year, rolled through the regular season, won the SEC tournament. And there's a little something, it feels like there's a little something to that. Because they recharged, they plugged in, electric car, and we are rolling right now.
Yeah, no, they went home, hung out for a few days, got back to work, and it has worked out okay. We've talked about it the last few days. The 3 SEC teams on this side of the bracket, so these 2 and Ole Miss, were combined 0-4 at the SEC tournament. Didn't have a whole lot of effect on the balance of the season for those guys.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That's up. Another strikeout. That's number 7. Does give up the first hit of the night, but McIntyre is just parading around the mound here in Omaha.
And another one. 6th the first time through the order, the 7th right there to get Bobby Pierce. Pretty good night for the right-hander. 8-0 Hogs.
Matt Cronin is 1 out away from giving Arkansas their first ever national title.
Popped up. Shaddy's over there. So's Gate. Nobody gets it. Oregon State given another lifeline. Game 3 for the championship. Rutschman picks up his 15th hit. Boy, has he been a difference maker. Kevin Abel making it look too easy against a great team. 1 out away from a College World Series title. Strike 3. There it is. More than Abel. Kevin Abel. He retires the last 20, and he picks up his 10th strikeout, and the Beavers are on top of the college baseball world again. Now that one stung for Arkansas fans. Dave Van Horn back again. Most College World Series appearances without a crown, 10 of them for the Razorbacks. Florida State's on top of that list.
If you knew going into that Northern Colorado was on that same list,
Back in the day,
you were smarter than I am. It's not difficult, but didn't expect to see them on that list.
Yeah, Battle saw that one, and so does the center fielder. Almost there for the first out. That was a hanger. Well, we knew coming in, Kyle, that this was going to be a wide open College World Series. And obviously, you're going to get your 2-0 teams, but the lopsided nature of the games, what is that? Just
I think it's random.
Just random?
Yeah, I think it is. It's been pretty offensive for the most part, which I don't think is any giant surprise given the way the season has gone.
You get into the lopsided games, and then the kids go to the sugar. I mean, that's how we got to play this, because it just extends the night. It's great for the concession stands.
those kids are getting along until who gets the last bite.
On the infield, Skipper's doing his job. He's picked up 2 quickies.
There it is.
Yeah, you just don't want to scratch like scratch an itch on your head when you're going there. That's Christmas vacation stuff. That's Clark. I mean, you're gonna just rip some follicles out, or in Clark's case, magazine pages.
Ha! Off we go.
I used to have a rule: do not lick your fingers if you're digging in.
Look at the sharing.
Wow.
Sharing is
That's too
caring.
good.
Oh, I love what we're seeing here.
Get it in there.
That's a good pitch. 0-2.
Who do you have getting the last bite?
I don't know, but I mean, you would think the kid holding the stick, but he's giving it all away.
He's sharing.
But he's the only one picking it off. And speaking of picking off, Skipper, a 1-2-3 inning. That was 8 pitches. Dave Van Horn on the other side of an 8-0 game.
Welcome back to the Men's NCAA College World Series presented by Capital One. Joined with Dave Van Horn. What's impressed you about Will McIntyre so far?
He's pitching. I mean, he doesn't throw real hard. He can get it up in the low 90s when he needs to, but he's just cutting it, spinning, going a straight fastball. I mean, he's just really pitching.
You and I were talking pregame about the weather and how different it is than it's been the last couple of days. How have you seen the ballpark play differently?
Well, obviously it plays a little smaller, especially in right field, but You know, we have a lot of game left, and so the ball is jumping a little bit tonight, so we're still on high alert over here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nine times Dave Van Horn's brought a team here. He turned this city upside down when he brought Nebraska here, I'll tell you that, because it had been Jim Henry's Creighton Club in the early 90s and then the Huskers, and when they showed up at Rosenblatt, there was a whole lot of red. All right, kids, do we got any left? Are we done? Can we? Yep, you guys, we're trying to figure out, Dad's telling you, who's going to take the last bite. There's a little left, isn't there?
No, we buried that thing.
We got it.
We got a cylinder left.
Yeah.
Probably
go get another one.
Scream through that. Bottom 5, first pitch on the ground to second in a charity hop for more, and there's one down.
I got the kid in the green. Who you got?
I think he reaches for it.
I got the kid in the green.
Oh, well.
Well, the kid in the green is having issues.
The kid in the green's going to be eating it on Friday, the way it is on his fingers.
But that's part of the plan, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's part of the plan.
I won.
And by the way, watch Dad probably right behind them.
Mom's like, kid in the green still got it everywhere.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect way to end.
I'm enjoying that. It is one of the great venues for people watching. It really, really is. Remember the stare down we had a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
That kid's like
viral.
16 now.
Yeah, I would have thought he might be a little older than that.
He could be doing what Lanzilli was doing at Fenway Park a couple of years ago.
No.
That's right.
Checking IDs.
Checking IDs.
Checking IDs. Beer cop. That's a haircut.
Just look around, though. There's 1, 2. Look at the beauty of this event. One of the great parts is just the number of kids that come. It's just unbelievable. It's going to grow the game, man.
Partner, you got to take it out of the plastic. You got to take it out of the plastic there, partner.
No, he's got a trick.
Up. He's right.
He's right.
He is.
He doesn't want to get.
I think
his
he's
hands
taking
sticky.
it all off. He's going to take it off the whole thing. Here, you hold this. I'm good now. Thank you.
That kid's like a savant. I mean, you pull that off when you're 2 or 3. That is impressive.
No, I don't do that.
Dad just pulled the wet wipes.
Didn't you say that I was eating that? I don't need these.
McIntyre, another strikeout. He's got 8.
Okay, my lineup card has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Only one hitter has made contact, and that was Brooks Carlson to start this inning. Everyone else from 4 down has struck out against Will McIntyre.
Yep. So Bobby Pierce has struck out twice, Foster twice, Carlson once, and then the rollover. And now we're into the Kason Howell chapter. He has struck out 1. That's only the first one he had looking. But this is an amazing performance from McIntyre when they needed it most.
Dave Van Horn was right. He's pitching. It's not with 98.
Battles is not going to get that. It's going to drop. That's a hit for Kason Howell.
Both hits that he's given up, and he's got a smile. He's relaxed. 8-0 up top. Have been with 2 outs. He's throwing strikes.
Some history being made by this team. I mentioned the Kevin McReynolds Stovall comparison. Most strikeouts in a men's college World Series game in the history of Arkansas. Boy, was Isaiah Campbell impressive in 2019 against Florida State, just pounding the little cut fastballs. That one's in the dirt. And the other number that they got now is the only other team that scored at least 30 runs through their 3 games of a World Series was Oregon State back in 18. They had 31. Oregon State won the title. But at least 30 runs through 3 games. that was your whole open, like feast or famine. We had the 17-2 game, and then you had the game they were shut down in. Here they go back to the feast side of things, and the Stovall move up in the order is paying huge dividends.
But it goes back to pitching. First game, they pitched well. They played great defense. They were in it. In the last game, they allowed 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. They were playing from behind. The at-bats were different, and so were the elements.
Well, it just disappears, doesn't it?
We got to be getting close to 20 swing throughs so far. I mean, all 7 of the 8 strikeouts are swing and miss. And that was the 19th.
Yeah, I had it at 19.
So that means we're getting close to 20.
Fair point.
Swing throughs.
Yep.
There's
There you
20.
go. There's 20. Got to find the ball. It's at his feet. Now he does, and that's a tough throw. Right over the head of Nate LaRue. It's all going well for Arkansas. 8-0. We're through 5.
50-50, honoring 50 years of Title IX and the women moving the world forward.
We will continue to reflect on Title IX as part of ESPN's 50-50, an initiative that commemorates the 50th anniversary of the landmark civil rights law. Throughout June, ESPN delivering incredible content that will explore and analyze the first 50 years of Title IX and the women who are helping move the world forward. The next generation here, many got a chance to witness Oklahoma winning the Women's College Softball World Series. And with the Sooners here 2-0, we may have a first.
Jordy Ball, part of that Oklahoma run to the national championship from right here. From Papillion, Nebraska. A 15-minute drive from here.
Sixth inning, and it is Webb. Webb, Stovall, they have done significant damage tonight. 5 for 6. Top of the order, a double and a single, sandwiched around a fly out to left. Stovall, a single, and a double on deck. Nobody out, and Skipper continues to work. Two balls, 1 strike. Arkansas's got 8, and Auburn doesn't have any. You win, you get a date with Ole Miss tomorrow night. So for people at home, we got young people here, young people at home. Braden Webb just swung and missed at the same pitch. As a hitter, you're going to tell a kid like who's thinking to himself, how did I miss it again? What do you say to him?
Look for the ball up. Again, it's the way that Skipper has been throwing right now with the really good curveball that's getting that swing and miss uncomfortable. The guys aren't able to extend those hands. Sometimes you have to move within that box. You have a lot of freedom. Either get off the box a little bit or even move forward towards Skipper to make sure that that breaking ball is up. I'll tell you this, though. Hal McRae, when he was my hitting coach in Cincinnati, I struggled against left-handed curveballs. And that's where I made my living, against left-handers. And I always would end up rolling over to third base. He said, look, do you recognize the pitch? I said, yes. He goes, okay, when you recognize it, just don't swing at it. Take it. I tried not to swing at another curveball for the rest of my career. And because the pitch is designed to be thrown for a ball. Early on, yes, in the count, it can be a strike.
No, it's in.
But after that strike one, they try to bury it on the ground. The advanced pitchers try to bury it on the ground to try to get you to chase. That's when you work the count in your favor, and then you can hit the fastball or changeup. And that's because I was a right-handed hitter. This is different, left-handed hitter now.
Well, but with the 2-strike count, he'd be okay, like presenting it as a strike and then letting it go down and out of the zone.
And I'll say this. It was only happened twice in my career after he told me that, and I committed to it. That I had a pitcher throw me first pitch curveball, second pitch curveball, third pitch curveball, all for strikes, and I just took my batter and went right back to the dugout.
Wow.
And it happened in the same game, and it was Ted Lilly in Toronto. But I was committed to taking that pitch. I did not know my swing path was not designed to hit that pitch.
No adjustment.
It's hard to make adjustments. Yep. It really is.
Good pitch. And Stovall retired. Uncle Charlie just entered the building and he punches out Peyton Stovall for the first time. He's retired.
Well, now you talked Stovall into it. You told him to take breaking balls, and he stood there and took a breaking ball, and now he struck out. He's 3 for 3 today until you told him to start taking curveballs.
Okay, blame me.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I said. I was a righty. He's a lefty.
All right, never mind.
You got any Andrew Benintendi with Stovall?
Well, you're a Razorback fan. You're hoping
he'd be fine with that.
Get your own bobblehead doll. I have my Benintendi Arkansas Razorback bobblehead doll.
There you go. Line shot. That's past Rambush, and this is going to be a Caden Wallace extra base hit. First hit of the night. He's aboard with a double. And look, I got to think, Kyle and Eduardo, a night like this, assuming you roll into a victory, it's good momentum for a game against an unbeaten Ole Miss team. This isn't something we just lay on the floor and forget about.
Oh, no. No, and if things continue this way, which at least as of now, it looks like Arkansas is in a pretty good spot, they could go Hagen Smith tomorrow, freshman left-hander who was pretty good for him in a starting role this year. The last probably 2 or 3 weeks, they'd move him back to the bullpen, but he stretched out enough you could start him, and then you win that game. You can bring Parker Nolan.
There you go.
I think it's big that they continue to add runs. That way, Will McIntyre can continue to do what he's doing. Saving that bullpen.
100%. Yeah, I mean, if you could go Hagen Smith in a game like that, Connor Nolan the game after that. I mean, listen, you still got to beat Ole Miss twice, which is not going to be an easy thing to do because Ole Miss is the only undefeated team in the postseason that exists. But if you're Arkansas and you're in that position, you feel about as good as you can.
This is going to be a tough play. Up the middle, it gets through into center field. There's another tack-on run. Wallace comes in. Turner with a topspin single up the middle. His second hit picks up RBI number 3 on the night.
Some things offensively just go right. This is a situation with a runner at second. The infielders typically tell themselves, hey, make sure you knock it down, keep it in the infield right here. Hits off the end of his glove, then off the end of Moore's hand, ends up in center field.
The Wallace double was the 5th double tonight for Arkansas. 5 different players. And Lanzilli's had himself a night. That home run came in the 4th. Remember the first time we met Van Horn this week, he wasn't going to change. He said, I'm not going to mess with it, even though I know Stovall's a middle of the order guy. I'm going to mess with it because we're really playing well. I think we can pencil in the same lineup tomorrow night.
Yes. 100%. Boy, you can really tell the future.
Thank you. Iced coffee really lit the fuses tonight. Wondering what that guy's doing with that big thing in his shoulder when I'm trying to nap. Like, what is that?
I ain't sure about that. What's that light red? I'm trying to go to sleep.
Explain, Daddy, if you can, what is happening. I can't lay the head down because there's this thing here. Good boy, Ralph.
Here you go, right here. We got. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, he's used to it.
Dad's like, okay, let's just shut that down. Let's put that head down for a second. I'm starting to move in that direction. It's okay, that guy standing there. That's Ralph. He's a little weird right now. Ooh.
Nope. Still not sure.
Smile. He absolutely wants to just shut it down.
Could be his first word right there. Are you going to smile? No.
The other way. That's through. Good piece of hitting. Lanzilli having a great night. And a throw into third on a wide turn by Turner.
You don't want to run on Bobby Pierce in right field. If he throws behind right there, he's got to turn around in second. That is a big-time arm at right field.
By the way, Lanzilli, 2 hits the other way, both on the ground. Also the big home run.
Righty, great job.
It's a nice job of hitting right there.
Looks like Shakes Isbell is going to come in. Big time difference tonight, man. Arkansas has forced Auburn to use 4 pitchers. We're in the top of the 6th. It's 9-0. That is the mile marker right there on the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge, also known as the BKP or the PED. You can be in Iowa and you can be in Nebraska at the same time. And on a night like this, maybe pitch a tent. Just shut it down right there.
Right on the state line.
I mean, how many times can you say I slept in 2 states at the same time? You can do that here. All part of the attractions of Omaha, Nebraska. One of America's great cities and one of America's great events. Each and every June, the College World Series. Chase Isbell going to be a part of it as he makes his 14th appearance. 1-1, 5 and a hook on the ERA, 5.30, 17 innings, 16 hits. And he inherits 2 runners for Robert Moore.
I'm good, yeah.
You've lived here your whole life, right, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, when I wasn't playing, but yeah.
Yeah. So how many times would you say that you have ventured over into Iowa on the bridge?
on the PED?
Yeah. How often do you use it? So I'm figuring, I'm guessing once a week, maybe. How often?
I think I've done it twice.
A week?
It was a hard stop after twice.
Swinging bunt. Who's at first? Sonny D gets back and he flips it late, but they do it in time to get him. 2 times in your life.
You've done it more than that, haven't you?
Yes, many more. Twice today. McIntyre.
We thank you.
There you have it. That is the end of the game. 1-0. Him.
Game has ended.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, wait a second.
You have won.
Whoa, wait.
You didn't see that take 1?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
That's, well, I knew the game ended.
You, sir, have officially won.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That is impressive. That's better than any groundskeeper job we've seen in any outfield at any ballpark right there.
What are we doing?
That's That's cost effective. That is really well done.
Is that for the V-necks?
Sure.
I'm sure that's why he did it.
Yeah, I think he was trying to accentuate the V-neck.
We have Another ball out there, beach ball.
We've obviously lost control in the stands. Probably do it. We've apparently lost it in the truck too. I think there are people at home who have the old DVR rolling, and they are just kind of going back to see. Like, what
did I just see that?
What was that? It's 9-zip. We don't need the live stuff. Can we just, honey, come in here for a second.
You're not gonna believe
come
this.
Here, kids. Come here for a minute. That's hair. That's real. No, freeze it. Hold it for. Just hold that. Call your mom.
If not, your mom's calling you right now.
Now, do we know how that whole thing? I don't mean
he lost
how we
bet.
got there, but
he had to have lost a bet.
Because the woman next to him almost seemed surprised by the whole thing. She's like she'd not seen that.
How can you not stare at it? Right?
That's right.
You do a double take and you're like, I have to.
I'd go fist bump.
She's cracking up. She hasn't stopped.
Again, we all see it. We all see it. Seriously, Chris, you have more on this?
That's our boy Tim. Definitely did not lose a bet. That was by choice. By choice. It started on Memorial Day. He just wanted to trim.
Okay.
And now we're here.
Well, there's some trimming involved.
Oh boy.
That's about it though. Tim, well played.
9-0 Arkansas, 1-0 Tim.
I mean, did Chris make it all the way out there for that?
Again, it's one of the great arenas to people watch, and it never disappoints.
KP, you do know what the name of the mascot of MIT is, right?
No.
Tim. It is.
It is.
It is.
They need to find another one.
You know how I know that, right?
No.
Tim Kirchin told me.
Here's the other thing about MIT. You can't spell it without Tim.
Exactly.
It sounds like him.
But again, I just think people at home are not going to be able to get enough of the other Tim. I think that they just want to keep going back. They want more. Oh, what a play. Willie Mack have a day.
Kid's going to win a gold glove tonight, too. Rear high and strikeouts.
His third putout.
Got a 2-hit shutout going into the 6th, and now it's like he's mad at his infielders. He won't let a ball go past him.
Okay, so 6 balls. 7 balls have been put in play. 3 of them have been comebackers right at him. The rest have been on the ground, even the base hits.
Pretty good evening.
Yeah, really good evening. Haven't been able to get under the fastball with good contact, soft contact throughout. Another ground ball.
Just do it anyway. I wanted to see him just let it go.
By any chance, did you see O'Neal Cruz yesterday from shortstop, Pittsburgh
It
Pirates?
was like 97 across the diamond.
6'7", 97 miles per hour across the diamond.
By any chance, did you see Tim in this inning earlier?
I did.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay, so this is the 3rd inning in a row that with 2 outs, a runner has gotten on. They're going to give that an error. And that's the first ground ball so far in this series that Arkansas has not been able to handle. They already had an error coming into this game, but it wasn't fielding. It was the throwing variety.
Maybe they've been clued into Tim and they lost focus for a second. Teixeira got a hit.
The only ones.
No. That's a little high, and this is what he does so well. Gets the strike called. So we've all learned a little bit more about Sonny Teixeira. He's dealt with all sorts of medical issues. He had 3 surgeries so far in his life. One was brain surgery back when he was younger. He couldn't sleep. Battles. He has got him again. He had surgery on his leg as well. He tore a ligament. Tommy John surgery as well. And he's the co-SEC Player of the Year. Perseverance pays off for Sonny Teixeira. You talk to his coach. He said again, you couldn't get him off the field. He's got more walks than strikeouts, which is a real difficult thing to do. We may eventually get to an automated strike zone in Major League Baseball, which is only going to assist somebody who's got such an eye at the plate. Hunter Morris and Hudson, the only other guys to win the Player of the Year in the conference. What do you guys think?
I think the pitch selection plays. His eye plays, and I think it's at an elite level. He's got pop. He understands what to do at the plate. And once he gets into the professional ranks, I believe he's going to start taking a little bit more care of that diet, and he'll get better.
I know he can hit. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I also know that there's 30 DHs.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Yeah, and so there's double the market for DH than there had been in the past. And the one thing that you can't deny is the kid's got an unbelievable eye at the plate. He's got really good bat-to-ball skills, and the power's been good. So I think you'd be nuts to not draft him pretty high and put him in a system, because, I mean, he's not going to stay in A ball very long. I'll tell you that, because he's going to hit his way out of there really quick.
Hardest thing to teach is plate discipline, the strike zone. Once you're able to understand what the pitches do and what pitchers are doing to get you out, that's more than half the battle. And he's got the skills to add to it.
Playing ball, big kick away, you're on second. Right field's very shallow.
Yeah, the right fielder's been very shallow all night long. And now Slavens.
He's like hugging it.
Mm-hmm.
Late swing 0-2, and he knew he was late on that. Well, we're going to set a record, and it certainly appears, even though there was some drama in the first game, it was another one that was decided by 4 or more runs, which is one away from matching the record for an entire College World Series. We still got some games to play after tonight, and this is going to be the 10th. Unless Auburn can do some damage here in the next few innings and get it within 4. Again, random, yes. Given the fact that this was a wide open tournament, you figure anybody can win it, then you shouldn't have that many lopsided games. We've had 9 of them. Usually when you come the first couple of games, because everybody's rested, you got your starters, it's tight early. First couple of games, 2-1, 3-2, whatever, 5-4. That didn't happen. And then things can go sideways real quick when you got to go deep into your pen and you're playing 3 days in a row trying to stay alive. Start to think about taking some guys out?
No.
You're going to need them tomorrow night? Not yet?
No chance.
No, he didn't.
I haven't seen Brady Tygart pitch yet, which is another huge bonus for Arkansas. Freshman who's become one of the better closers in the country.
Yeah, he's electric when he comes in. I gotta think that's the only throwing that Brady Tygart's going to do to him, unless this thing gets interesting.
So they'll have played 3 games in the World Series, and we haven't seen him once.
I don't think we've seen Hagen Smith, have we?
No. Well, that's why when you look ahead, 2 excellent weapons, when you would think that they would be limited in their pitching.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot. I mean, they're not in a great spot when you get into less of a good spot if it's a 8-7, 10-9 where you got to empty a bullpen type game over the next 2. But if you don't have to use too many arms, Arkansas's they're just fine right now. Connor Nolan looking on right there. He would almost assuredly get the ball if they make it and force a winner-take-all game on Thursday.
Friday is an off day here. Then the College World Series finals start on Saturday. There will be a College World Series finals preview show Friday evening.
From right here.
Right here in the big booth, high above home plate.
And that's smart. Weather expected.
To do it from the booth or to have the show?
No, both. Do it from the booth and have the show. I can't wait to see it. I'll be right there with our producers on the back bench.
Yep, got him.
Pitched by Isbell as he goes back-to-back punch-outs. So Notre Dame went home today to A&M. The environment here is so different than what these teams at the SEC play in. But the environments they play in relative to the environments that the other conferences play in, does that set you up? And it almost feels like I'm dismissing the talent level, which I'm not. But in the environments that they play, they're used to crowds, they're used to noise, and there's just a lot of people here, and there's a lot of noise. Where those other schools, they don't play in front of that. Is that an advantage that those schools have when they come here, having experienced things like that?
That's for sure. I mean, I think it depends on who it is. I mean, Texas plays in front of some big crowds. Dish Falk, they can pack it. LSU wasn't here this year, but their fans always are.
But is it like every weekend where they go?
It becomes a little bit more commonplace, I think. And
yeah,
you're used to people yelling things at you that you're not quite sure how they know about you.
Was it that way for you at Stanford? Did people say things that you were like, wait a minute? wait, how do you know that?
They were like studying when they were watching the game.
Just laying out in the sun.
Yeah.
Then you made my point.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, there's environments in the SEC, by and large, are different than environments you're going to find across college baseball.
I think we actually just discovered where Tim's chest hair had moved to. I think we got the answer. Welcome back, everyone. The NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Chris Button, Eduardo Perez, Kyle Peterson, Carl Ravitch, the two Scots, front bench, back bench. We've got Johnson directing, Gustafson producing. And we are feeling good about where we're at right now, just given that picture. This has been all Arkansas. They led 1-0 after one, and they went 3-4 in the third and fourth to open up an 8-0 lead. And how about the performance of their starting pitcher, who has been sparkling good. 2 hits allowed, 9 strikeouts. And you need a bullpen saver. Will McIntyre has delivered the game of his life.
And when they've made contact, that's Auburn, it's been on the ground. So far, those 2 hits, one also got on base with an error. 1 walk, and that was in the first inning.
There's been 1 fly ball out. That fly ball may be out.
It stays fair, and it is a home run for Bobby Pierce. The only question was, would it stay there? And it was tracking towards the foul pole, but it stayed inside it. And Bobby Pierce picks up his 10th home run of the year and the first run for Auburn.
I like this guy a lot. The power is real. The ball got out of here in a hurry. This was a slider, stayed up. One of the few sliders that have been able to stay up on the evening, and it happened in the 7th inning. Bobby Pierce, who was not able to make contact in the first 2 at-bats, drills this one out of the ballpark in a hurry.
Career high in pitches for Will McIntyre.
I love that.
I heard that.
Michael Turner framed up a ball in the dirt, and he framed it perfect.
And McIntyre may be tiring a bit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Body language is suggesting it's not going exactly where it was a few innings ago. There you go. Coming inside, that pitch missed by a ton. Look at Battle stay down on it and fire to first to get Brooks Carlson. Ball had no room to sneak under the glove.
Watch how quick Jalen Battles is off contact here. He gets ready, perfect, quick. Ball hits dirt, you charge. If you charge, you're not going to be caught in between. Sets up perfectly, tennis player type position, ready to get a serve. You come on in, perfect throw over to Stova at first base. He's been very impressive this College World Series.
You know what's cool about watching Will McIntyre? He hadn't thrown a pitch above 91, 92 the whole night. Yet he has 21 swings and misses. And I think it just shows you that if you mix and match speed, location, velocity, that ultimately there still can be swing and miss. It is not just a velocity game only right now. This still works.
That's the first put out in the air.
Second. Brody Moore flew out in the 4th.
That's right.
But still, I mean, we're to this point. There's 2 fly ball outs and a home run to left. That's the extent of the fly balls.
I was really excited saying first, too.
Yeah. Well, you could consider the one in the 4th a line drive versus a fly ball.
Yeah.
Put your head on that pillow tonight, Eddie. You sleep easy, okay?
Yeah.
Don't let that bother you.
No, it's not.
Don't let it get to you.
The apex on that one. I'm trying to get a little analytical here now.
I don't want you to feel bad.
I'm not.
Body language, Eddie. Come on.
Oh, strong. Strong with the body language.
Worked with Eddie for a long time. You know what, KP? Nothing rattles him.
Tell you what, though, the breaking ball has flattened out. He's fatigued. It's okay, but they're just trying to eat up, get outs, and save that bullpen.
You can see when you get tired, you start trying to make it break,
right,
instead of throw through it. Now his body's trying to make it break a little bit. I would think, though, they're looking for just one more. You could get him through the seventh. You're right at 100 pitches, and probably figure out where you go next. But he has more than done his job tonight.
Zebulon Million is out there getting loose. So what's the thinking with somebody like Tiger who hasn't pitched? Does it make any sense at all to get him out there, get on the mound for 10 pitch? Like, is there value in any of that?
If he's doing this, then they probably are thinking about that right now. It's one thing just throw a football and flip it around. But, yeah.
Wait a second.
Just want to make sure it doesn't negatively affect you. Yeah, he can do that too, by the way. So the whole Ford shortstop on the infield thing usually is beneficial when they hit a lot of ground balls, and they've hit a lot of ground balls tonight. And for the most part, when they do, this happens. Caden Wallace, glove side, kind of tackles him just to make sure, then plenty of arm strength to throw across. That's 7 in the books, and the Hogs lead at 9-1.
Way to go, Will McIntyre. I mean, he deserves a round of applause. That was pretty special tonight. A lot of emotion inside that Arkansas Razorback dugout. Our Capital One rewarding performance. And man, you could get no better from Will McIntyre tonight. 3 hits allowed, a late home run, meaningless in a 9-0 game. But this is an elimination format, and they needed a star. And look at Dave Van Horn go over there and hug the big fella after he said, you know, I haven't been given a shot. He's going to get another shot, because what a shot in the arm he provided tonight. My goodness, that's as good as we've seen here. In a spot like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That one, Dylan DeLucia.
Yes.
Both have been side. He punched out 6 in a row at one point.
Does that get him a little increase in the scholarship now? Not a bad place to do it.
No. Get him a little NIL love too when it gets back. That what it definitely does is it looks to at least get Arkansas another game. It's put them in a great position to do so off that right arm.
Cool story.
You know what I love about pitchers? He had a great outing, great game, and most likely he's talking about that one home run that he gave up right there. That pitch, that slider just hung. It's all right. Great evening.
Yep. Oh, here you go. Here you go.
The Duluth Huskies had a hand in this. Minnesota had a hand in it. Didn't pitch in 2021 because he couldn't find his cutter. He wasn't on the postseason roster, so he bugged out early. Watched the tournament from a hotel room in Minnesota. And there's a hard hit ball, and Peyton Stovall, for the 4th time tonight, reaches base with a hit.
Peyton Stovall did not like hitting in the 8th spot. He's like, forget that. Try to take me out of that 2 spot from now on. No chance. See what he's done tonight. 4 for 5, 1 run driven in.
All right. Right field is so shallow.
Guess we got our answer on Tiger right now. Four hits for Peyton Stovall, 8 for 15 in the College World Series as a freshman.
Auburn has 3.
Have an idea where Ole Miss goes tomorrow night with their starting pitcher?
Oh, I haven't even looked at it. I don't know. I bet they were waiting to see what happens here. Could be Derek Diamond, who started a lot of weekends for Ole Miss this year. They'll be rested, I know that.
In the box.
Just imagine sitting right behind that gentleman with that hat. No chance you're seeing the action, are you?
I think that guy there, I took a picture with that guy in the hotel.
You did?
Yeah.
You asked him?
No.
It's all right if you did.
That's not how
I really
it went.
like your hat. Can I take a picture with you?
He wasn't.
Is that what happened?
He wasn't wearing the hat when I saw him. It's a second for one. First base. Safe.
Let me show you guys why this play was not turned. Watch when Foster receives the transfer right here. Goes to it, winds up completely, brings the hands back. Instead of from right where he receives it, has to turn it. Did not move the feet early enough, and because of it, that delay right there cost him a turn too.
Did he lose the ball too?
Just lost the hands completely. Those hands have to stay in front of you. Looks like he was not able to grip it well.
Chase Alsop, you're next up here. With Arkansas up big in the 8th inning. Elimination time in Omaha. Recap of tonight, minus Tim, who has become a sensation. 9-1 Arkansas. Will McIntyre was terrific with the 9 punchies. Auburn has spurned through 5 pitchers. There was a solo home run late. But cult hero Tim, kind of need to do a little deeper dive into what that's all about. Person using an up-close phone.
Up-close phone. There's a few of them. Different angles of Tim right there.
I want to be Tim's friend.
I'm going to tell you this. If Tim rolls into one of Omaha's establishments tonight looking like that,
yeah,
Tim isn't paying for another thing tonight.
Sure.
I can see Tim, or maybe has already had a few Jello shots himself. But
he's wondering, like, why y'all looking at me? This is
game's that way.
This is fine.
Look out.
Yep, that's into the corner. Cut off. Watch the throw here to third. Oh!
Stayed on him.
He's nope, punched out.
No, the glove stayed on him. Looked like he just came off, and I think the glove stayed on the foot.
Yes, the glove stayed on him. I thought you were saying that he stayed on the bag. No. The third base umpire, Kevin Sweeney. How about the arm?
This is what we need to be talking about right here. Look at this. He 360s and then he just launches it. On his foot. What a throw.
Yeah,
what a call.
That's a great call. He got him on the foot when the hand came off the bag, it appears.
Yeah, this one should be quick. That is that's we gotta go that far, but
take the shoe off.
As if got his foot wasn't descriptive enough. We'll go ahead and tap it. Right there.
But Rambush not taking the glove off him is the reason why it's called out. Stayed with it the entire time. But Pierce, my goodness, what an arm.
I want to see what that arm is off the mound. Because it is 3 seeds that he has thrown from right tonight. That's,
right there.
Really well done.
Can you stop being a pitcher?
Why? They still want to see what he throws on the mound.
So he should have 2 assists right now.
After review, the call on the field of out is confirmed. Arkansas is charged 1 challenge and has 1 remaining.
I wish Adam would have said, because he got him on the foot. This is an arm right here. 360, knows exactly what to do with it. Here you go, boys. Let me show off here in the College World Series.
That was a really good job. It wasn't like Rambush held the glove on him. He never got the glove on him until he realized, I still can make a play here. But Bobby Pierce was the star of that performance.
You want to see him on the bump. I do. His exit velocity was at least 110 miles per hour on the home run he hit.
What do you think Caden Wallace can do on the bump? There's some velo there, too.
There's some velo. Wasn't there a scouting report you had read from high school yesterday?
91 in high school, yeah.
Got a little stronger in here with Arkansas.
That kept playing right field, throws it harder than 91.
Yeah, oh, easy, yeah.
Also hits it a lot harder. Good point.
Our good buddy Robin Ventura's checking the telecast out.
Hey. College graduate Robin Ventura. Right. No longer a student assistant.
Got the degree. He had a degree in milkshakes when he was here.
Yep.
Good pitch there. We see you out there, Robin. We see you. 9-1 in Omaha tonight. All Hogs. The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Verizon. 5G from the network more people rely on. The Arkansas Razorbacks appear poised to have the sun set on the Auburn Tigers. Up 9-1. Will McIntyre was the story tonight. On the mound, he was dealing from jump streak. He struck out 6 in a row at one point in innings 2 and 3. He has now been taken out of the game. We saw the hugs, the high fives. He'll be remembered for a long time in Arkansas. So the new pitcher now, the Z-Pack, the cure-all, Zebulon Vermillion, the senior out of Prairie Village, Kansas, 6'5", 240.
Does in fact cure all. That's what it does. Zebulon Vermillion, one of the many parts out of this Arkansas bullpen, and see if they get the last 6 outs with Vermillion or try to split it up, go 3 and 3, and just make sure they got as many weapons ready to go, because if they're going to play on and go play for the first national championship in Arkansas baseball history after tonight, they're going to have to beat the Ole Miss Rebels twice.
Down to our final 4 after this one. Beautiful sky here in Omaha. As we are 9 p.m. local time, just after 9, still light, as Kyle has pointed out, his meteorology degree. This is the longest day of the year. Left field. There's one down. Zach Gregory, and Hill was in as a pinch hitter. He's retired.
And if you're keeping score, that's the 3rd flyout of the evening. All 3 to left field. There we go. Game of adjustments.
Nailed it. So did that kid.
He sure did. Such a valuable lesson, though, isn't it? I mean, like where we were going at Arkansas, if you were Will McIntyre, who would have ever thought, given what happened after the pandemic in 21, he'd be pitching in Omaha, pitching lights out, getting his team to the next night. Like, that is such a great lesson in perseverance. And McIntyre's been all about that. Don't give up, man. Don't give up.
Oh!
He snared it, fires to first. The defense has been unbelievable. Robert Moore, he was going to his right, and the ball took a hard left.
He's got to start laughing after this, Eddie. High hop. No more high hops.
It kicks to his left. Talk about having a great balancing act. He has it.
Yeah, wow was right. I mean, that was high hop. And then I think it hit off the cut of the grass and just shot forward.
Yep.
That'll get his dad, Dayton Moore, to do the hog call if he can ever be found.
Another one. He's going to get it.
Show
yes,
off.
sir.
Showing off now.
4 pitches. We all need more. More. Are you kidding me?
Climb the ladder, young fella.
Oh, man. Ooh, diving stab by Ivan Melendez. Sliding and makes the catch. Are you kidding?
He is playing his lights out right here defensively.
Well, tonight the infield, which we talked about at the top, Jalen Battle, step on second, high hop on a toss to first to get a double play. And then sweet Robert Moore, an unbelievable display of flexibility. As he was heading to the right, had to reach back to the left, and he made the play. And how many times did you see it?
I knew that was coming.
It just
1 out of 9.
Welcome
That's
to baseball.
Many.
Well, that's fair.
And it happened again.
That's fair. This is one of those. Like the randomness of the blowouts, the coinky-dinky of having a guy make a great defensive play and leading off. Ouch.
We're good. We're good. Thank you.
Now we're just messing with the people at home who think that's real. I mean, come on.
It's just what we do here, Rav.
I'll tell you one thing. I know where I'd like to be looking at that. President of Baseball Operations, Dayton Moore, is the father of this guy right here, Robert Moore.
3-2.
Jake Wyant has gone in to replace Nate LaRue. Some of the kids, the opportunity to play on the field, let alone just get to the College World Series, being realized. Hard hit on the ground, and that's under the glove of Foster. And Moore picks on his fellow second baseman to lead things off in the top of the 9th. 2 more hits for Robert Moore in the game. And the 4 shortstop thing on the infield really works because it's like the 3 center fielders that some teams have the luxury of in an outfield at the major league level. 4 shortstops will keep you in a lot of games, and this is the shortstop battles.
And if you think about it, you go professionally, who have the best infields in the major leagues? And for many years, it was the Houston Astros in the infield. That's when you had Alex Bregman, who played shortstop with LSU, drafted in the 1st round. Now he moved over to third base. Carlos Correa with the Astros. Jose Altuve at second. And then Yuli Gurriel, who was a shortstop originally with the national team in Cuba when he was young, before moving to the corners, at first base. It's understanding where to go and the leadership that shortstop position gives you. You know, by the way, also the Astros have a pretty good shortstop that came out of the University of Maine, playing there right now. Most likely the front runner for Rookie of the Year in the American League.
What a bubbly personality, too. We saw him the other night when we were there. He's hurt right now, Pena, but he's coming back. Hard shoes to step into Correa's, but you got Altuve kind of coaching him and teaching him. He's a good player. That's a really good team. Verlander looks like he's 24 again.
Give me one baseball real quick.
Heard Adam Dowdy. He had 0 baseballs left in those pockets. That was my first job in baseball. My first job, period. I was the ball boy. 1983 with the Philadelphia Phillies. Didn't last too long in that position either.
That's a pretty cool first job, by the way. My first job was washing dishes at Horizon's Family Restaurant, which no longer exists.
Right.
Your first job was a ball boy for the Phillies.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
One of my first jobs was cutting jigsaw puzzles at the ADP Puzzle Factory. That's not being on the major league field being a ball boy.
That's not the same.
That's fine. So you look ahead, Ole Miss 13, Arkansas 5 in their first meeting. Hunter Elliott pitched 6 1/3 in that game for Ole Miss. Zach Morris started, didn't last but 2/3 of an inning. And they rolled through 7 pitchers. So you just rinsed that one, right? That has nothing to do with what we'll see tomorrow night.
Yeah,
0 gone.
Totally. I mean, Nathan Detmer was a different dude today. He rinsed it. What happened earlier in this one doesn't make any difference, but it looks like Auburn's going to get one more arm a chance to say they pitched in Omaha. Tim Hudson on his way out. Carson Swilling on his way in.
2 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow, Oklahoma. The Sooners 2-0 try to punch their ticket to the College World Series finals. And if they are able to do that and win, then the baseball and softball World Series champions will both come from Oklahoma. Be a first time that ever happened. They got to deal with A&M. Jim Schlossnagle got a victory today, knocked out Notre Dame. Ole Miss 2-0. Oh boy, Tim on cue, and he is locked in.
Clap it up, Tim.
To the music that's being played. There you go.
One more. Boy.
Yep.
Tim, have a wonderful evening.
Okay.
Tim, probably time to take it to the house.
Tim 2. Everyone else none.
Oh, they're the future Tims.
Yes. That is where we were at. You see that guy?
Oh, man.
Oh, Timothy.
Big time Timmy Jim in the house. Now leaving the house. Carson Swilling on the bump. Sophomore at Smith Stations, Alabama. He inherits a 2-runner-on situation. As we are trying to land this plane, Brady Slavin's the designated hitter.
Nope.
Now for a team that's got the 4 infielders that are defensively equipped to all play shortstop, and they don't steal a lot of bases, they do have a bunch of team speed. And it's different between stealing bases and then just being able to run around the bases. And given the acumen of somebody like Moore out there and Battle's ability,
He's got 5 stolen bases.
It's a factor.
Combined, they have 7.
It's odd, isn't it? But
Van Horn just historically has not run very much.
yeah. That's sort of the way
Worked out okay.
the world of baseball is going. We don't steal a lot of bases.
Right.
Part of me that's glad that that's not Nate LaRue after what happened early in the game when he took one off the mask, that he didn't have to deal with the second one off the mask.
Absolutely. Put you on the bottom half of the mask. Your jaw goes back.
Yeah.
Bigger impact.
That boy, slow. One down here. One down here. That boy, swell.
To Jake Wine's credit, too. He's out there. He's cheering on his pitcher. We all know how difficult it is to get to Omaha. You take advantage of any moment you get on this field. One to Zach Gregory.
Let's go.
By the way, I just want to let you guys know that the lady that was sitting behind the gentleman with the hat, she moved over one.
Smart.
So she could see. Took her a while, but she was able to do that.
The guy with the hat needs to leave it at the front gate. Like, leave it at the front gate, then pick it up when you leave. And I love that you wanted to get your picture taken with him, too. I think that's really cool.
Nope.
I think it's great.
We're going to call a timeout right here. That is not the way that played out.
ESPN's top 27,000 most mysterious. If you're listening to Blake over here in Scotland.
I think Blake, whoever's down there, can just say, "Do you remember the picture?" And he will answer the question. And it can be asked, who initiated the picture?
Some guy named Ravitch, something like that?
Nope.
I think that was his name.
Nope.
Carl is way taller in person than he is on a TV. On a TV, he's like this big. In person, way taller.
See, he remembers the picture.
I think he's got the wrong Carl.
No. He said that when we took the picture. I'm not quite sure why, but I mean, look, the TV is, he may have an 8-inch television. Of course, you look small on TV.
So he did say that.
He said that when we took the picture.
And he did not have the hat on.
He didn't. I don't believe he had the hat on, no. Yep.
Oh, yes, he did.
Hey, we got two. We got two here. Hey, finish right here. Come on, Swell. Come on, 3-2. Come on, finish, baby, finish.
I will say this. That's the first time anyone's ever accused me of being tall. I mean, 5'7" in person does not jump out at you like power forward.
Wow, I didn't know you were that tall. Well, thank you.
I mean, literally, usually it's the other way around. You were a lot bigger on TV because you can sit in a chair and raise it and make yourself look like I'm the same height as Eduardo and Kyle. Not even close. Not for Tim, it wasn't leg day. He was working the upper body.
stoked. Ain't excited for him? Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Walk to Braden Webb to load the bases for Peyton Stovall is cruising up here.
Looking for a 5-knock night right now.
Yeah.
Single in the first, single in the third, doubled in the fourth, singled in the eighth.
Yeah, Tim Hudson's going to bring another one in. So we are now out of pitchers out there. And we'll go left on left. Stay here. We're looking at a five hit night, maybe a granny. Don't change the channel. Oh, Brooks Fuller, the senior, going to get a chance to pitch in Omaha. I mean, to me, that's what this is all about, right? Getting people an opportunity to pitch at the College World Series.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of what it's all about for Auburn. Obviously, tonight didn't go the way they wanted to, but for Brooks Fuller as a senior, he can say that he pitched in a ball game here this year in Omaha. And honestly, for Auburn, they did something here that they haven't done since '97, and that's win a game at the College World Series. I mean, they got here a few years ago. In fact, Auburn, one of two teams that have been here 2 out of the last 3 years. Butch Thompson was just talking about the steps forward for the program and how important it is to accomplish certain milestones. And a win here is a big deal. And I know this didn't go exactly the way they wanted to, but still on the road win at Oregon State. In any way that you end your season here, that's still a really good one.
Well, no Arkansas hitter has ever recorded 5 hits in a College World Series game. And the last guy that got 5 hits in a College World Series game was one of the better College World Series hitters I've ever seen, Dustin Ackley for North Carolina back in 2009. Good pitch underneath the bat.
Keep that ball in front of you, though.
Jake Wyan just in there for the first inning of work behind home plate. He saved 2 that looked like they were going to backstop.
What's the result here? You got a 3-2 pitch. You got a kid that's got 4 hits. 5 hits. A rocket into right field. Here's that armor Pierce to home, and Ackles beats it. A 5-hit night for Peyton Stovall. He picks up his 4th single. He's 9 for 16 in the College World Series.
Have a night. 3-2 fastball, doesn't miss it. You read it yourself right there. Men's College World Series, first Arkansas player with this. Sky's the limit for that young man.
It's a big time coming out party for this guy, Peyton Stovall. By the shortstop Brady Moore. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 4 games that you and I have witnessed. We have had 70 runs scored. 7-0. 11 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. Arkansas on the verge of moving on for a rematch with Ole Miss. They lost their first meeting 13-5. Ole Miss wins tomorrow night. They go to the College World Series Finals. Texas A&M and Oklahoma will play at 2 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. If the Sooners win, they will go to the College World Series Finals. Austin Ledbetter, the freshman, will come in. Arkansas is loaded with regards to having played so many days in a row, given that Tigert has not thrown a pitch yet. So Brady Tigert will be ready to go, and Hagen Smith will be ready to go. It'll be likely a freshman starter, and at some point, you're not going to go through the World Series and not let Tigert throw a pitch.
No.
We know we're not going to see that guy, but Will McIntyre is the guy that allowed them to know we got one more step to take. Yes, sir, buddy. You should smile.
Yeah, boy. Wave.
Yeah. Acknowledge the camera, of course.
Pitch on the corner. You know them?
Oh, Andriana. Yeah, that's not on the right.
On the ground, battles. Smooth.
And Bella on the left.
Here working for the worldwide leader?
Where's Mickey right there? Just sent him a text message. They should be receiving it anytime soon.
Nope. All right, let's see Sonny ride one out of here. Back up the middle. Ouch. Well, it's good to see Sonny DeShero, who had a tremendous season, have a couple of knocks tonight. And square up a few balls right off the back of that left leg.
See if they run for him right here. Just to kind of let their people acknowledge Sonny coming off. 103 miles an hour off the bat right there for the SEC Co-Player of the Year. That's had a smile on his face from day one.
Bottom.
Auburn's going to go through this season having not lost more than 2 games in a row at any point. Culture is solid with Butch there. 3 things he focuses on is this routine plays on defense, executing the pitches, getting some timely hitting. They were predicted to finish 7th in the West. They had in the coaches poll the 2nd lowest total in points, 22. Missouri at 20. They had nobody on the 1st or 2nd team preseason all SEC teams. And they're one of the final 6 teams standing in the College World Series. They were picked 7th. A&M was picked 6th.
Hosted a regional too, which is a big deal, and packed it. It was sold out all 3 games that Auburn played in it. That guy was a big part of it. Getting the fan base back engaged. Pretty good. This is preseason in the West. 1, 2, 6, 7. One of them that didn't make it's the defending national champs.
Right.
There's the West.
Rocket could be 2. Fielded cleanly, battles to first, and wouldn't you know it, a web gem by Moore, and that thing was scalded. And he and Battles continue to perform miracles up the middle.
How fitting. Again, the defense up the middle has been phenomenal the entire series, the entire season. What a class act right there by Sonny D, giving hugs. But this defense, and if you're going to win ball games, you can't give away runs, and they don't. They get outs.
Now that was running in there pretty hot. Arkansas will face Ole Miss, trying to stay alive tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That is a pretty good up the middle combination. Moore and Battles. They were 25 and 27 last year and 10 and 20 in the conference. Their season ends tonight, but it was a memorable one on the plains at Auburn.